June 2025. At supersonic speed, a formation of Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor fighter jets cuts through the skies over Iranian airspace. Their mission was simple on paper: strike nuclear facilities buried deep underground. But what shocked military analysts around the world wasn't the mission itself. It was the aircraft carrying it out. Because these were not the same F-22 Raptors that first entered service more than 20 years ago. These jets were equipped with technology so advanced, they could detect enemy missiles before radar systems even picked them up. They were coordinating with autonomous drone wingmen that weren't even listed on any official roster, and they did all of this while flying completely invisible to one of the most sophisticated air defense networks in the region. Inside defense circles, many experts have begun calling this upgraded aircraft something new, the F-22 Super. And what this aircraft can do could redefine the future of air combat. The United States Department of Defense has already invested more than $1 billion to transform the Raptor into an even more lethal air superiority platform. 5 specific capabilities are now turning the F-22 into a fighter designed to dominate the skies for the next 4 decades. And once you understand these upgrades, you'll see exactly why countries like China and Russia are racing to catch up. 1. Infrared Defensive System. The first upgrade is something that is already saving pilots' lives. It's called the Infrared Defensive System, or IRDS. And this isn't just another sensor package. It completely changes how a fighter jet detects incoming threats. In the upgraded F-22, infrared sensors are embedded directly into the aircraft's structure. They aren't mounted externally like older systems. Instead, they are built directly into the airframe so the aircraft maintains its stealth profile. These sensors create a full 360-degree awareness bubble around the jet. No blind spots, no gaps, just constant surveillance of the surrounding airspace. Traditional missile warning systems only alert the pilot after a missile has been launched. At that point, pilots may have only 10 to 15 seconds to react. But the IRDS system works differently. It can detect the heat signatures of aircraft preparing to launch missiles. It can also identify surface-to-air missile systems as they begin powering up. That means pilots get minutes of warning instead of seconds. And in aerial warfare, minutes can mean the difference between survival and disaster. During operations in 2025, upgraded F-22s were able to detect missile systems activating long before enemy operators even realized the Raptors were nearby. The pilots simply adjusted their flight paths, avoided the threat zones, and continued the mission without ever deploying defensive countermeasures. That's not luck. That's technological dominance. 2. Infrared Search and Track System. Detecting threats is only half the battle. The F-22 also needed a way to track enemies without revealing its own position. That's where the Infrared Search and Track System, or IRST, comes in. The United States Air Force is integrating this passive targeting technology across the fleet. Unlike radar systems, IRST does not emit any signals, and that makes it incredibly powerful. Every time a fighter jet activates its radar, it broadcasts its location to anyone listening. But IRST works silently. It detects the heat produced by enemy aircraft engines. And because it is completely passive, the enemy has no idea they are being tracked. This system is sensitive enough to detect even stealth fighters such as the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57. Stealth aircraft can evade radar, but they cannot hide their heat signatures. When multiple F-22s share IRST data across their network, they can triangulate a target's exact position without using radar at all. It's essentially stealth hunting at its finest. 3. Low-drag external fuel tanks. For years, The biggest weakness of the F-22 has been its limited range. The aircraft was originally designed to operate from bases close to the battlefield. But in modern conflicts, especially across the Pacific, targets can be thousands of miles away. External fuel tanks can extend range, but they also increase radar signature and drag. So engineers developed something new: low-drag stealth fuel tanks. These tanks are carefully engineered to minimize radar reflections while maintaining aerodynamic efficiency. Even with these tanks attached, the F-22 can still fly at supersonic speeds. That's something rarely possible with traditional external fuel tanks. And when combat begins, the pilot can instantly jettison the tanks, returning the aircraft to full stealth configuration. Each tank carries roughly 600 gallons of fuel, extending the Raptor's combat radius by hundreds of miles. This allows F-22 squadrons operating from locations like Guam or Japan to patrol huge areas without relying heavily on aerial refueling aircraft. 4. Drone wingmen. Perhaps the most futuristic upgrade of all is the integration of drone wingmen. These unmanned aircraft are known as Collaborative Combat Aircraft, or CCAs. They are currently being developed by companies such as General Atomics and Anduril Industries. Each drone acts like a loyal wingman flying alongside the F-22. From inside the cockpit, a pilot can control multiple drones during a mission. These drones can fly ahead of the fighter to scout enemy defenses, jam radar systems, or even carry their own weapons. If one of the drones is shot down, the pilot remains completely safe. This dramatically reduces risk while expanding combat capability. The drones can also share sensor data with the F-22 in real time, creating a networked battlefield where one pilot effectively commands an entire team of aircraft. 5. Comprehensive modernization. All of these upgrades are part of a larger modernization program designed to keep the F-22 competitive for decades. The aircraft's powerful AN/APG-77 radar is receiving upgrades to improve electronic protection and resistance to jamming. The cockpit is being modernized with new displays and helmet-mounted targeting systems. This allows pilots to simply look at a target and lock onto it instantly. The aircraft is also integrating a new long-range weapon, the AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. This missile is designed to outrange China's PL-15 missile, giving American pilots the ability to fire first from greater distances. Older training F-22 aircraft are also being upgraded to combat standards, potentially increasing the total combat-ready fleet to around 175 aircraft. The Air Force plans to keep these jets flying well into the 2050s and possibly even the 2060s. The F-22 Super represents far more than a simple upgrade. It's a complete evolution of one of the most advanced fighter jets ever built. A fighter that can detect threats before they appear, track enemies without revealing its position, fly farther than ever before, command drone wingmen, and continuously adapt to new battlefield technologies. For decades to come, the F-22 Raptor will remain one of the most powerful symbols of air superiority in modern warfare, and the pilots who fly it will continue to operate at the absolute cutting edge of aerospace technology.